study, I prepared. Let's go. Hey KiHiVE, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for clicking on this video because I know you're interested in what I have to say today. If you haven't done so already, I'm going to need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below to become a part of KiHiVE. And hello to all my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining, and let's get right into today's video. If you see the title today, I'm going to be doing a story time about this national licensing exam. It's going to be pretty lengthy. So I hope you're ready. Grab some snacks, grab a little drinky drink. Let's get started. Okay, so if you haven't read the title, today I'm going to be talking about this exam again. So if you haven't seen the video where I talked about me taking my national licensing exam for marriage and family therapy, I will link that video up here in the cards, so you can go and check that out and see how the first experience was. So today I'm going to be talking about my second experience. Yes, second experience in taking this exam. So I took the first exam in May of this year. I took the exam the first time. So the first time I took this exam, I got a 128 and the national average was 144. As you can see, got a 128 out of 200. The national score was a 144. This is the number you have to get in order to pass the exam and become a licensed marriage and family therapy associate. The second time I took it was October 19th, which was about 5 months from the time I took it the last time. So this time I did better, but I didn't pass. So this time I got a score of 135 out of 200. The national average was a 142. Now if you notice, the passing scores dropped. If you can see right here at the top, this top one, the first passing score was a 144, was a 142. So the average dropped, and usually that happens because when people take the exam, they have some really hard questions in the exam. They throw some of those questions out during each testing cycle, and that can affect what the national average is. The first time I was 16 points away from passing. The second time I was 7 points away from passing. So I did do exponentially better than the first time, but I didn't pass. And when I got the score, so the second time around, I was upset, but I was like, all right, I didn't pass. I gotta go and try this thing again. And I think the good thing about having to take it again is that I know exactly what to expect. I know what to improve on, and I know what things I need to do during the test to improve my chances of getting a better score. I'm going back and forth between the first score and second score because this is probably going to help somebody out there who's planning on taking this exam or who is planning on going into the field. So this is going to be a very informative kind of video. So on this first exam, they have these different, the exam is broken down into these 6 categories. The ones with asterisks by it are the areas that need improvement so that I can do better. So it is good that they give you these right here, like the different, like hypothesizing and ethical legal standards and treatment and all of that. That's good, so you know what to study for. And on the second exam, I did better in the ethical legal standards, but I still need to improve in the practice of systemic therapy and assessing, hypothesizing, and diagnosing, and managing crisis situations as well. So the second one, have evaluated ongoing process and terminating treatment. This was not on the first exam, so they do add and change things around for each exam period. If you're planning on taking this exam, this is definitely a guide you should use in order to figure out what you need to study. So now I'm going to tell you all what I did differently, or the first time I took the exam and the second time I took the exam. Okay, so the first time I took the exam, I went through this whole entire program. It's called the Therapist Development Center program, and it has pretty much everything you're going to need to study. Everything that's going to be on the test. They have like practice exams, audio, worksheets, everything that I needed. So I went through that exam. I studied about 2 hours a day, every day, for 5 days a week. So I only studied 5 days a week. I took time off. I wasn't studying 9 hours a day. Literally 2 hours a day, 2.5 hours at the most. Took a break and didn't look at it until the next morning. Did that every day for 5 days. Took the weekends off. If I did feel like studying one day, I would just make that my break day and then pick it up the next day. When it came time for the exam, I went into the exam ready to eat my apple juice and my bananas, because that's what the program said to do, is have like a snack to eat while you're in the exam room so to refresh your brain and, you know, rejuvenate, get ready for this really long exam. And I couldn't eat my bananas or my apple juice because I couldn't have food in the testing room. So that threw me for a loop, and that kind of just got me all off my game. So I went to the exam room, and the exam is 200 questions. You have 4 hours to do the exam. So it's a very long exam. Went in there, started the exam. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. It's one of those things where you know, like you think you know how the exam is going to be, and then you get there, it's a whole different thing. That's kind of how it was in a way, but the program did help me out as far as being prepared and the types of questions and how to answer the questions. So that was a good part, but I just didn't know how to take a break because the clock is always running. So I didn't get up to take a break. I didn't get up to stretch. I didn't go to the bathroom the first time I took the exam. So I literally went through the first 100 questions, stopped, closed my eyes, wiggled my toes, moved my shoulders around, did a little stretchy stretch, and then went through the other 100 questions. And by the end of the exam, I was so exhausted. Like, I was just tired. It didn't hit me till about 2 hours after I finished the exam, but I was really tired and I didn't have any food, so I was really hungry about the last 45 questions on the exam. So I think I rushed through the last couple of questions because I was ready to go. I think that's kind of what hurt my score the first time I took it. So when I got my score for the first time, I was like, okay, the second time I take it, I need to take a break. I need to drink some juice or something to get my brain going. So the second time I took it, it was October. And I did that on purpose. I wanted to have enough time to study again, to be lazy and not have to study for a little bit and then pick it up and study again instead of ample time before the exam. So the second time I took the exam, I did the entire program again. I didn't do it the exact way that they have it planned out, but I did focus on certain things that I knew I needed to focus on in order to get my score higher based off of what the 6 criteria were from the score sheet that I got. So I went through and really focused on those things because I pretty much knew what to expect on the exam. So I focused on those things. I was like, all right, you guys, I got this. I'm gonna pass this time. I'm gonna pass. So I get to the exam. I have a smoothie. So I made a green smoothie that's good for like brain health, like having spinach and pineapples and bananas in the smoothie. With probably a little bit of orange juice, and I was drinking it on the way to the exam. And then when I got there, I asked the test coordinator, I was like, hey, can I come out and take a break during the exam to use the bathroom and, you know, drink some of this smoothie? She's like, yeah, go ahead, just leave it up here and you can just come and grab it. So you have to worry about, you know, fumbling with the keys. I was like, okay, cool. So I walk in there, I'm like, all right, I got this, I studied, I prepared, let's go. So I get in there. Let's start. The first question was saying something like, client is 55, comes into the room, is dealing with depression, the daughter is dealing with suicidal ideations, and they just had a big life crisis happen with a major death in the family. Who would you treat first? Or something that's like a tester question, and it would say like mom, daughter, whoever else in the family. And I saw that question, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? I don't want to do this. It took me a while for my brain to get in the game of this exam again. So I got into my groove. I was okay, I'm doing this, I'm getting there. I'll take a break. I'll read through the question nice and clear, slowly. And then I got the question 100, right? I was, okay, this is the perfect time for me to take a break because I was at question 100 and I still had about maybe 130 minutes left. So I was okay, I'm gonna take a break. So I got up, I went real fast. I had to make sure that I didn't spend any more than 5 minutes doing everything I had to do. So I got up, walked out, I ran to the bathroom. The bathroom was so far from the testing place. Like I had to walk down the hallway and walk down to the hallway and around the corner, and the bathroom was there. So I had to like jet. So I went to the bathroom, put some water on my wrist, kind of wake myself up, splash my face with a little bit of water, pat myself down, do a couple of jumping jacks, a little stretchy stretch, because sitting in that chair, my butt was killing me. And I went back to the office, got me some of my smoothie, barfed that thing down, try to get as much in as I can, and go back in there and finish the exam. Once I did that, I had a lot more energy because the first 100 questions, towards the end of that first 100 questions, I felt myself getting really tired. And once I did that break, I came back and I had enough energy to finish out the rest of the test with the same energy that I had when I started. So I went through the last couple questions, and I noticed the second time I took it that a lot of the questions seemed the same as the first time I took the test. So I think some of the questions were the same. If they weren't the exact same, they changed a couple of people's names or the scenario. But I do remember some of the questions. I don't remember what the answer was, but I do remember some of the questions. So I went through, I took the exam. I was like, okay, I'm finished, good. I went to click submit. Y'all, I clicked submit and the computer does something wonky, and I was like, there was an error processing your test. Off of my heart just froze and started to break because I thought I was going to take this test again because the computer just jacked up my whole entire test and I was going to cry. So I went to the test coordinator and I asked her, I was like, yeah, I finished with the test. And she was like, did it submit? And I was like, it said it did, but they said that something happened. So she went to the computer, figured it out. She said, okay, you're good. I was like, thank the Lord. I went to my car and I sat in my car. I was in my car for like 30 minutes. I didn't feel like driving because I was just so tired. And I was okay, I did good. I'm going to pass this time. Stuff that I can do about it, I can't worry about it because I literally forgot most of the questions once I exited the testing site. I took my exam at the end of the testing period. So the testing period is always the third week of every month from Saturday to Saturday. So I took my exam the Friday before the last Saturday. So I took on like the 19th of October. The closing date is on the 20th, that Saturday. So I took it on the very last date because I want to get my test result quicker because I usually get it in with 3 weeks. So I know I was gonna get it around the 11th or 12th of November. So I got my exam result. I opened it up and I was just like, not again. Oh my goodness. I just didn't want to take this thing again. And I know there's a reason why for all this, for me having to take it so many times, but I just really didn't want to take it again. And I was over this exam, like so over the exam. I talked to my parents and I was just like, yeah, I didn't pass it again. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna just keep taking it till we pass it. And I'm just like, exam is not easy. It's not. Some people pass it on the first try. Some people take a couple of tries. Everybody is different. So I don't compare how my not passing the exam to other people because they're not me. So I just believe that I'll pass it when it's my time to pass it. So I got the exam results and I was like, all right, I gotta take this again. I didn't want to take it again this year, so I decided to take it in January of 2019. In January 25th of next year. So I'm gonna take it then, and this time I'm determined to pass this exam. All right, you guys, and that is pretty much how the 2 attempts of this licensing exam have gone. In the next video, I will show you all the study system that I used to study for this exam. I was going to include it in this video, but if I did, this video would have been 45 minutes long, and I didn't want to do that to you all. I didn't want to have too much in one video, so I wanted to explain or share with you all my experience and then share with you all the study system that I've used, in hopes that it will help you all prepare for the exam, or just to know what to expect when studying or getting into this field. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe down below. Don't forget to leave a comment and share this with your friends who are interested in this field or in the mental health field in general. I would love to help them out and share with you all my experiences that I've had, and I will see you next video, you guys. Bye.